The reason John Cleese still won't watch this episode, he filmed. The real John Cleese was born on October 27, 1939, in Weston-super-Mare, Somerset, England. He passed away in 1975. John grew up in a middle-class home with his lawyer father Reginald and his mother Muriel. His early years were typical for an English boy in the middle of the 20th century. He went to Clifton College, a renowned boarding school, where he became interested in acting and humor at a young age. John really started to show how funny he was while he was at Cambridge University, where he studied law at Downing College. This is where he joined the Cambridge Footlights, the famous comedy and theatre club at the university that has turned out some of the funniest people in British history. Graham Chapman, Eric Idle, and other comedians of his time helped Cleese improve his sketch humor, writing, and performing skills, which would later become the basis of his successful career. He quickly stood out from his peers because of his quick wit, perfect timing, and ability to mix the silly with the smart. After college, Cleese worked for a short time as a lawyer, but his love of comedy soon brought him to the theater business. In 1969, the famous TV show Monty Python's Flying Circus gave him his big break. The show was a revolution because of its strange and chaotic style, which broke normal comedy rules. It was co-created by Graham Chapman, Eric Idle, Terry Gilliam, Terry Jones, and Michael Palin. John Cleese became famous for his tall, unique voice, and memorable roles as figures like the haughty Minister of Sillywalks and the always angry Mr. Praline. People all over the world loved the show's mix of satire, slapstick, and intelligent humor, which has influenced generations of comedians and comedy writers. After the TV show was a hit, Cleese and the other Pythons made a number of hit pictures, such as Monty Python and the Holy Grail 1975, Life of Brian 1979, and The Meaning of Life 1983. In these films, Cleese showed how versatile he was by playing both silly and satirical parts with ease, often as authoritative figures in ridiculous situations. These films made Monty Python an institution in the world of humor and made Cleese a worldwide star in the comedy world. John Cleese's career continued to grow after leaving Monty Python. From 1975 to 1979, he created Fawlty Towers, which is generally thought to be one of the best British sitcoms of all time. Cleese played Basil Fawlty, the grumpy and awkward hotel owner. The show was co-written by Cleese and his then-wife Connie Booth, who also acted in it. The show was a masterpiece of farce and character comedy, and Cleese's performance as Basil is still one of the most famous comic roles in TV history. Fawlty Towers is still very popular decades after it first aired, thanks to its smart writing, physical comedy, and well-thought-out characters. Cleese has done a lot of work in TV and movies, but he has also been a great stage player, voice actor, and writer. Among the many cartoon films he did voice work for, King Harold in the family favorite Shrek 2 2004, he is known for being funny on stage, but he also likes to think deeply about things, which shows how smart he is and how interested he is in psychology and social behavior. Aside from comedy, John Cleese is also known for giving talks and writing about creation. He has given many talks on how humor can help people come up with new ideas and solve problems, highlighting the importance of humor in human interactions and mental health. His books, like his autobiography, So Anyway, 2014, give readers a look into how he comes up with ideas, deals with problems at work, and thinks about his own life. For his contributions to comedy, Cleese has received many awards and honors over the course of his work, such as a BAFTA Fellowship, an Emmy Award, and a CBE, Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Aside from awards, his impact is best shown by the many comedians, writers, and entertainers he has inspired, as well as the fact that his work is still loved all over the world. The famous British comedian and actor John Cleese has been married more than once in his long and busy personal life. He has been married 4 times in his life. Unfortunately, 3 of these marriages ended in divorce, which shows how hard it was for him to balance his personal relationships with his busy entertainment business. People may know him best for co-writing the famous British show Fawlty Towers with John Cleese, who was his first wife, Connie Booth. Their personal relationship was deeply connected to the work they did together, making it a unique mix of personal and creative teamwork. Even though they had a great working relationship, their marriage ended in the end. They had one child together, a boy named Cameron. Cameron grew up in a family that was very into comedy and shows. Once Cleese and Booth were no longer together, he married American actor and model Barbara Trentham. This marriage opened up a new important part of Cleese's life, both emotionally and geographically, as he moved to the United States during this time. Joan Collins and John Cleese also had a daughter together, whose name was Camilla. Like his first marriage, this one finally fell apart, leading to divorce. But the time they spent together changed both of their lives in a big way, and they both had to raise their daughter while Cleese became more famous. The third time Cleese got married was to American psychologist Alice Faye Eckelberger. This relationship was a little different from his other marriages, because his current partner came from a different background and worked in a different field. Alice added a new layer to Cleese's personal life and gave him support while they were together. Even so, the marriage did not last, and they finally split up. The reasons for the breakup of this marriage have mostly been kept secret. It's clear, though, that Cleese's personal journey has been marked by changing relationships and the search for a long-term friend. Finally, John Cleese married Jennifer Wade in 2012. She is a famous businesswoman and a lot younger than him. Their marriage is a new part of Cleese's life that brings him happiness and a sense of being with someone. Jennifer Wade, who is well known in the hotel business, has been Cleese's loyal partner, helping him with both his personal and professional goals in later years. Compared to some of the earlier ups and downs in Cleese's personal life, this marriage seems to have brought some security and happiness. Following his divorce from Connie Booth, John Cleese has 2 children, a son from his marriage to Booth, and a daughter from his marriage to Trentham. Being a dad has been a big part of his life, even as he juggled the needs of his busy work life. Not only have these sexual and family relationships shaped Cleese as a public figure and entertainer, but they have also helped him deal with the challenges of love, marriage, and having children over the course of several decades. Many people think that John Cleese was one of the best and most important comedians of his time. He is best known for creating and starring in the famous British TV show Fawlty Towers. The show, which first aired in the mid-1970s, is still a classic today, loved for its sharp wit, memorable characters, and silly humor. Even though the show has received a lot of praise and is still very famous, John Cleese has said that he won't watch one episode, even though it was aired decades ago. The reasons he didn't want to show a lot about his artistic integrity, how he felt about the episode, and how difficult comedy that breaks rules can be. There is an episode from 1975 called The Germans that is at the heart of this story. This show is well known, or maybe even infamous, for the sensitive topics it touched on, and the fine line it walked between satire and disrespect. Cleese and Connie Booth, who co-created the show and played Polly Sherman, wanted to make fun of racism and misunderstandings of other cultures through Cleese's character, Basil Fawlty, who makes mistakes and is often rude.